everyone, this is Lauren with the Central Arkansas Library System. Today's program is going to cover how your registered small business can get an employer identification number, also known as an EIN, for tax season. This is a part 2 to last month's program where I showed you how to register your small business as an LLC. And just a note, you do have to have your business registered legally before you can apply to get an EIN. Let's get started. First, we're going to cover why your small business should consider getting an EIN. Next, there's a short slide where I'll discuss what to do if you already have an EIN for your business, but you've changed something about your business model. Then I'm going to walk you through the steps of registering federally with the IRS Assistance tool, and lastly, I'm going to cover some general information about how to register in Arkansas. Your employer identification number, also known as an EIN, is your federal tax ID. You need it to pay federal taxes, hire employees, open a bank account, and apply for business licenses and permits. It's free to apply for an EIN, and you should do it right after you register your business. Your business needs a federal tax ID if it does any of the following: if you pay employees, operates as a corporation or a partnership, files tax returns for employment, excise, or alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, withholds taxes on income other than wages paid to a non-resident alien, and uses a KIGO plan, which is a tax-deferred pension plan. This slide will be super short. If you already have an EIN, you might have to change or replace it with a new one if certain changes have occurred with your business. Types of business changes that might require you to change or replace your EIN are a name change, address change, changes in ownership, changes in management, or changes in tax status. Your requirements will depend on your business structure and the kind of change that occurred. Check with the IRS website to determine exactly whether or not you need to change or replace your EIN. Alrighty everyone, as you can see, I'm on the IRS website to apply for an employer identification number, also known as an EIN, online. Luckily, they make it super easy, and all you have to do to get to this website is just search IRS apply for an EIN, and it'll pull this up. So step 1 is determine your eligibility. You may apply for an EIN online if your principal business is located in the United States or U.S. territories. And then, of course, this is the rest of the stuff you can read. Step 2 is understanding the online application. You must complete this application in one session, as you will not be able to save and return at a later time. Your session will expire after 15 minutes of activity, and you will need to start over. That just means that you should try to block off a set time where you know you won't have any distractions to get this application finished. And then step 3 is just submit your application. There's some more information down here at the bottom of the page talking about tax exemptions, the purpose of an EIN, and then your employer tax responsibilities. But to get onto the application, you'll just hit apply online now. Okay, this EIN assistance will pull up. You can read this information right here. It just tells you a little bit more about the EIN assistant, and then it also lets you know the restrictions, so you can click begin application. The first thing, you're going to look through this list right here and see which one most applies to your business. Most small businesses are going to be LLCs, so you could click that. Or if you are just a sole proprietor small business, you would click that. But for the sake of doing it for an LLC, we're going to click LLC, and I'm going to hit continue. So it will give you the information out here of what the option that you picked was. So I chose LLC, so it says you've chosen a limited liability company, what it is, and it tells you what it's not. So if you find that whatever you've chosen is in the what it is not category, you can just hit the back button, hit OK, and it'll take you back to this page. But since I meant to choose LLC, I'll leave it on there, hit continue again. So I'm just going to fill all of this out with example information. None of this is real. None of these people actually exist. So I'm just going to say that there are 3 members in the LLC, and I'm going to say that it's located in Arkansas because that's where we're at. Hit continue again. So it'll ask you to please confirm your selection if they need you to confirm your selection. So because I chose there were 3 members in the LLC, it's considered a multi-member limited liability company. And so it tells you which files you need to submit. So you can hit continue. Why is your business requesting an employer identification number? So if you have just started a new business, of course, you'll click start a new business. If you have already had a business and you need to start hiring employees, you'll click that one. If you need to satisfy banking requirements for whatever state or local law that you're in, you'll hit banking purposes. If you've had another business before but you changed the type of organization, you'll click there. And then the last one is if you've purchased an active LLC that was already in business. You'll hit continue after you've picked the option that best matches what matches your business. Hi, so unfortunately without entering any real information into the IRS EIN assistance tool, it won't allow me to go forward and walk you through those future steps. However, there is a help tab up at the top of the IRS website. If you do go to apply for an EIN and you find that you need assistance with some things, I'm sure there is information in that help tab where you can get in contact with somebody from the IRS who would be happy to walk you through those steps. I did find that most of them were self-explanatory. However, I can see where a few areas would be tricky if you're not too sure what the answer may be, so I do highly recommend reaching out to them. I know this looks like a lot of text, but I'm going to do my best to break it down. This chunk of text on the slide specifically relates to LLC small businesses. So if your business is not registered as an LLC, you can check the PDF I've attached in the description from the Arkansas Department of Finance and Administration that covers the different types of businesses in Arkansas and what you should do during tax season. On to the slide. Every partnership doing business in Arkansas or having income from an Arkansas source, regardless of the amount, must file an Arkansas Partnership Income Tax Return. An Arkansas Partnership Return of Income, also known as Form AR1050, is required, but federal schedules, including K-1s, are acceptable to support income and expenses. Limited liability companies with 2 or more members are treated as partnerships for income tax purposes. The individual member should report the single member LLC's income and deductions on a federal Schedule C included with their individual income tax return. Granted, if this still seems super confusing, I recommend reaching out to a licensed accountant experienced in working with small businesses to get this sorted. Hopefully everything I've covered in this program makes sense, and if it doesn't, feel free to reach out to me at the email listed on the slide and I'll do my best to help. You can also check out some of the library's other videos and resources regarding small businesses on our YouTube channel.